Right now, someone can turn on your phone's microphone without touching it, read every message, see every photo, track exactly where you are. No click required, no link, no warning. The tool that does this isn't made by a government. It's a private company of 700 people in an office park outside Tel Aviv, sold to 45 governments, found on the phones of Emmanuel Macron, journalists at Al Jazeera, and the fiancé of a man murdered inside a Saudi consulate in Istanbul. The company is NSO Group. The tool is Pegasus. In May 2025, a California jury ordered them to pay $167 million for hacking 1,400 WhatsApp users, journalists, activists, people like you. Nobody has told you what it's like to build it from the inside. This is your life. Every rank, every contract, every moment the line moved, from Unit 8200 all the way to the day you understand exactly what you built and who it killed. Level 1, the graduate, Unit 8200, you're 21. 3 years inside the most sophisticated signals intelligence unit in the world. Unit 8200, the NSA of Israel, smaller, faster, less paperwork between a decision and its execution. You can break into any smartphone made before 2019. Write code that hides inside an operating system so cleanly that no antivirus on Earth detects it. Skills no university teaches in a field where maybe 300 people globally are your equal. You discharge. 2 former Unit 8200 officers, childhood friends from a kibbutz in central Israel, are starting a company. The job description says, cybersecurity. The real description, help us build what governments can't build themselves. You say yes. Because you're 21, the salary is extraordinary, and the pitch sounds almost righteous. Criminals are using encryption. Terrorists are disappearing into WhatsApp where wiretaps can't follow. Someone has to follow them. You tell yourself that someone might as well be you. Level 2, the engineer, NSO Group, Herzliya. You're 24. Your office looks like a startup. Standing desks, strong coffee, engineers arguing about exploit chains the way other people argue about football. Your job, find the gap. Every smartphone operating system, iOS, Android, has vulnerabilities. Tiny architectural mistakes that, if you know where to look, let you slide code inside without the phone knowing. A missed call on WhatsApp, a corrupted iMessage preview, a photo thumbnail that shouldn't be able to execute code, but does for 3 weeks, until Apple patches it. You find one. It takes you 4 months. A 0-click, 0-day exploit, meaning the target doesn't click anything, doesn't open anything, doesn't do anything at all except exist with a phone. You call them from a spoofed number. The call rings once. It doesn't need to be answered. Pegasus is already inside. Your manager reviews your work. He says, "This is exceptional. We'll get 6 months out of this before they patch it." 6 months means dozens of operations across multiple governments. Dozens of targets whose phones are now extensions of your code. You don't know their names. You write the exploit. Someone else aims it. That is the distinction you will carry for a long time. Then you will stop carrying it. Level 3, the operator, the sales machine. You're 28. No more code. You sit across from government officials in countries you cannot name in any document. The pitch is clean. Pegasus is surgical, targeted, not mass surveillance. Israel's Ministry of Defense approves every sale, legitimate governments only. Legitimate targets, terrorists, pedophiles, cartel bosses. Mexico signs a $20 million contract in 2012. They want El Chapo. That's true. Pegasus helps locate El Chapo. Also true, within 3 years, the same Mexican Pegasus installation is running on phones of journalists investigating government corruption, on the lawyer representing families of 43 disappeared students. You are in the meeting where Mexico renews its contract. You know about the journalists. You sign anyway. You tell yourself, "We don't control how clients use the tool. The tool is neutral." That sentence is the most expensive lie in your career. Level 4, the crisis manager. You're 32. October 2018, a Saudi journalist named Jamal Khashoggi walks into the Saudi consulate in Istanbul. He does not walk out. A forensic investigation by Citizen Lab, a Canadian cybersecurity research group, finds Pegasus on the iPhone of Omar Abdulaziz, one of Khashoggi's closest friends and confidants. The phone had been infected months before the murder. Every conversation Khashoggi had through that phone, every plan, every criticism of the Saudi royal family, delivered to Riyadh in real time. Your CEO publicly denies involvement. He also declines to comment on reports that he personally flew to Riyadh for a $55 million Pegasus sale. Khashoggi's fiancée, Hatice Cengiz, was waiting outside the consulate when he went in. Her phone is later forensically confirmed, infected with Pegasus. She was being monitored while she waited for the man she loved to come out of a building where a kill team was already waiting. Your job this month is communications, managing what leaks, what doesn't, which journalists get called back, and which ones don't. You are very efficient at this. The stories slow down, the contracts keep running, you go home, your daughter is asleep. You stand in the doorway for a moment, you go to bed. Level 5, the survivor, the blacklist. You're 35. November 2021. The U.S. Commerce Department adds NSO Group to the entity list, blacklisted. American companies cannot supply NSO with software, hardware, or services without a license. Amazon Web Services cuts them off. Apple sues. WhatsApp, which NSO exploited through a single missed phone call to infect 1,400 users, sues. A California court orders NSO to hand over the Pegasus source code. The source code, the crown jewels of the entire operation, everything you built. In a federal court filing, staff are let go, 100 engineers, then more. Shalev Julio, the CEO, the man who sold the original vision, steps down. The company restructures, rebrands its strategy, NATO countries only, high governance clients, tighter oversight, the same company, the same code, the same exploit chains, updated for iOS 17, a smaller roster, a better story. You are still there. You are one of the engineers who stayed, because the skills don't transfer to anything clean, and because you have convinced yourself that the new version is different. You are very good at convincing yourself. Level 6, the Ghost. After NSO, you're 39, May 2025. A California jury awards Meta $167 million in damages. The number is enormous. It is also 21 hours of Meta's profit. The punitive damage is later reduced to $4 million. NSO announces it will appeal. New investors, American investors, led by a Hollywood film producer, a restructured board, a new compliance framework, and a new company, quietly, elsewhere. Same founding network, same Unit 8200 alumni, same zero-click architecture, a different name, different offices, a different story to tell to the next government that needs to follow someone into the dark. Dream security, they call it. You are not at NSO anymore. You consult. Your name isn't attached to anything public. You work from a laptop in an apartment that is very clean and very quiet. Somewhere, a phone rings once and doesn't need to be answered. You wrote the code that made that possible 3 versions ago, 7 years before, in a different company that technically no longer operates under that name. You make coffee, you open your laptop, the machine never stops, it just gets better at disappearing. The ending, pick up your phone. It is running software you did not install. It has a camera you did not open. It has a microphone that does not need your permission. The Pegasus exploit that targeted WhatsApp in 2019, a single missed call, no interaction required, was patched. The next version used iMessage. That was patched. The version after that used a photo thumbnail. Patched. There is always a next version. There are always engineers willing to find the gap, because the gap pays better than anything else they know how to do. In Herzliya, right now, someone young is writing code. They have told themselves it's for catching terrorists. Maybe it is. They have not yet sat in a meeting where a contract gets renewed after the journalists. They have not yet stood in a doorway at night thinking about a woman waiting outside a consulate. They will. And when that moment comes, most of them will do exactly what you did. Close the door. Go to bed. The phone on your nightstand glows once. You don't know why. You tell yourself it's nothing.